No matter how awesome my magnetic cleaner is, I always end up finding spots where a traditional handheld scraper is the only way I'm gonna reach it, like most of the back glass. And that is where these really come in handy. And by these, I am referring to the Platinum Scrapers by Flipper. They are well-built and sturdy handheld scrapers that come in a variety of lengths. They've got some really versatile blade options, plus they've got a patent-pending trick up their sleeve. The Platinum Scrapers are currently available in 4 sizes: a 10-inch, an 18-inch, a 28-inch, and a 12-inch nano version that has a shallow scraper angle with less width for getting in and around those tighter quarters of a nano reef tank. It is also the only one of the bunch that includes an abrasive pad. All 4 models are really well made and have a solid fiberglass shaft that has very little flex, which is awesome. Less flex essentially means that all of the pressure that you put on that scraper from the handle will translate into scraping force rather than being lost to bending the shaft of the scraper. Having a rigid shaft on a scraper is also important for maintaining the blade angle. Too much flex and you'll have to keep adjusting the angle of that scraper handle to keep the edge of the blade towards the glass. But thanks to that rigid fiberglass, that's not going to be an issue here. The plastic used for both the blade holder and the grip also feel very solid and rugged, which is really important given how much pressure we tend to put on these handheld scrapers while we're using them. Mind you, a good scraper handle isn't exactly much of a tool without the blades, and Flipper's done some pretty cool things with theirs. When you pick up one of their Platinum Scrapers, it's gonna come with one of their flexible plastic blades for both glass and acrylic. They are serrated on one end, and on the opposite end, they're flat, with each corner having a slightly different radius for getting into tight corners with or without a thick bead of silicone. So not only do you have different options for tackling soft and calcareous algae, but also different profiles for getting tight to the panels without worrying about touching that silicone bead. For those who are dealing with mostly calcareous algae on glass or just prefer metal blades, there is also a stainless steel blade option that you can pick up for tackling that super stubborn stuff. Just like the plastic blades, they too are double-sided and each side has 2 cleaning edges, so you can flip the blade over once the first edge is dull, then flip the blade around, and then flip that side over, giving you 4 edges to work with before you're gonna need to replace it. While both of these options are great, the Platinum Scraper actually has one more trick up its sleeve. And if you've got a keen eye, you may have already noticed that these blades are very similar to the shape and size of your typical plastic card, like a points card or a gift card. That's because these scraper handles were made specifically so that reefers who like to upcycle trash instead of throwing it away, or who enjoy the DIY side of things, have a way to make their own scraper blades from old plastic cards, which is really cool. Sure, you can absolutely slide in a used up gift card and immediately start scraping away, and it works pretty dang well. Having this option means that you can also use a pair of scissors to cut a plastic card into a specific shape or profile to better suit your needs, like an angled blade for getting into a specific spot in your reef where you can't have the scraper handle at a perfect 90-degree angle. It's a very neat idea, and the blade holder for these Flipper Platinum Scrapers is actually patent pending. So if you've got a pile of cards that you'd like to reuse in some way instead of having to buy replacement blades, or maybe you just like the design of the blades Flipper has available, you can check out the Platinum Scraper for yourself right here.